Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Katholina with the evening news. The headlines. India and US reiterate their firm commitment to strategic partnership and shared priorities. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh says Constitution binds country in one thread. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Padon says Sanyora Bridge in Kohima will be partially opened in the coming days. And Nagaland reports 178 COVID-19 cases, also registers one more COVID death. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to US President-elect Joe Biden and congratulated him. During the telephonic conversation, the two leaders reiterated their firm commitment to the Indo-US strategic partnership and discussed the shared priorities and concerns, COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, and cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. The Prime Minister also conveyed warm congratulations for US Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Modi said her success is a matter of great pride and inspiration for members of the vibrant Indian-American community who are a tremendous source of strength for Indo-US relations. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said that the Constitution binds the country in one thread and it is our tradition and cultural heritage. He said, our Constitution is for the people, by the people and for the people of India. While launching the Constitution Day Youth Club activities today, Rajnath Singh said the country is going to celebrate the 6th Constitution Day in the next week. He said, beginning of this day expresses our faith and allegiance to the Constitution. He added that the Constitution teaches us the lesson of unity, integrity, discipline, and diversity, and its core pillars are freedom, equality, social harmony, and goodwill. He urged the youth to come forward to create awareness in the society about the basic tenets of our Constitution. Rajnath stressed on the need of creating awareness about the rights as well as duties of a good citizen. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Padon today inspected the ongoing work of Sanyora Bridge on way to Nagaland Civil Secretariat, Kohima. He was accompanied by Chief Engineer Limanaro and others. Padon in a tweet said, the construction work is going well and on completion of the bridge, it will ease the traffic flow to a great extent. The Deputy Chief Minister said the bridge, which will be partially open to the commuters in the coming days, will facilitate the people to reach the Secretariat without taking longer routes to be part of this year's Statehood Day celebration. Nagaland reported 178 positive cases of COVID-19 today, taking the total confirmed cases to 10,366. Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangnupom said 158 cases were detected from Dimapur, 13 from Tuan Sang, 5 in Kohima and 2 from Peron. Of the cases reported today, 146 were amongst the trace contacts, 23 from the armed forces, 6 returnees and 3 frontline workers. In addition, 58 positive patients have also recovered, which includes 30 from Kohima and 28 from Dimapur, while 1 death also reported from Kohima. The total active cases in the state now stands at 1,251, while 8,955 persons have recovered from the infection. Of the total 58 deaths registered in the state, 48 have succumbed to COVID-19, while 6 deaths were not COVID-related and 4 under investigation. So far, 102 cases have migrated. The country's COVID-19 recovery rate has reached to around 93.52%. During the last 24 hours, more than 44,000 COVID patients have recovered. The Health Ministry said the total number of recoveries has gone up to over 83,35,000. The actual caseload currently comprises only 5.01% of the total positive cases. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is around 4,46,000. You're listening to the news from All India Radio, Kohima. Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR has advised that indiscriminate use of convalescent plasma therapy is not advisable for the treatment of the COVID-19 cases. ICMR conducted an open-label phase 2 multi-center randomized controlled trial in India across 39 public and private hospitals on use of convalescent plasma in the management of cases with moderate COVID-19 disease. In the trial, it has been concluded that convalescent plasma therapy did not lead to reduction in progression to severe COVID-19 or all-cause mortality in the group that received convalescent plasma therapy as compared to the group that did not receive the therapy. The five-nation grouping BRICS has adopted a new counter-terrorism strategy to effectively deal with terrorism. The objective of BRICS counter-terrorism cooperation is to complement and strengthen the existing bilateral and multilateral ties among the BRICS countries and to make a meaningful contribution to the global efforts of preventing and combating the threat of terrorism. The BRICS countries reaffirmed that terrorism in all its forms and manifestations constitutes one of the most serious threats to international peace and security, and that any act of terrorism committed is a crime and has no justification. The BRICS countries also recognize that acts, methods, and practices of terrorism in all its forms and manifestations are activities aimed at the destruction of human rights, fundamental freedoms, and democracy, threatening territorial integrity, security of states, and that the international community should take the necessary steps to enhance cooperation to prevent and combat terrorism, including cross-border movement of terrorists. The 4-day celebrations of Chhath Puja began today in different parts of the country with the traditional Nahai Khai ceremony. Chhath is the festival of worship of the sun, and it is a symbol of faith of crores of people across the world. After taking bath, devotees consume cooked food items like arwa rice, chana dal, and goat as part of Nahai Khai ritual. Devotees will offer their obeisance, the Sandhya Arghe, to the setting sun on Friday. The festival will conclude on Saturday morning with Prat Arghe. A 100-day campaign under Jal Jeevan Mission kick-started at Long Matra block on 16th of this month. The campaign started with a view to provide assured, safe water supply at schools and Anganwadi centers. Junior engineer PhD Kifire Metme Pom urged all the concerned villages to extend cooperation and make this mission a reality. He also pointed out that as efforts were put in by the government to provide its citizens with clean, safe drinking water, it is equally important for the community to participate and assist the government to achieve its goal. He also asserted that the department will continue 100 days IEC campaign in various administrative units. The campaign was organized by DWS PhD Kifire Division and sponsored by Sanitation and WSSO PhD Nagaland. Total restriction of all vehicular movement from Patkai Bridge to Kuki Dolong will be enforced on November 22 from 7 a.m. till 5 a.m. on 23rd November. Deputy Commissioner Dimapur Rajesh Sundararajan in a circular said that the restriction has been necessitated to facilitate speedy completion of 4-lane construction works and as a precautionary measure to prevent any injury or loss of life, damage to property, and in the interest of public safety. Public are advised to take alternate route from Dimapur to Kohima or Kohima to Dimapur for light vehicles only via 7th Mile, New Deputy Commissioner Office Shukovi, Razaphe, Haikam, Pimla, Hainamchi, Janapani, Mejipema, and vice versa. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps: wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing norms. To end the news, a repeat of the headlines. India and US reiterate their firm commitment to strategic partnership and shared priorities. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh says Constitution binds country in one thread. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Padon says Sanyara Bridge in Kohima will be partially opened in coming days. And Nagaland reports 178 COVID-19 cases, also registers 1 more COVID death. That's all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.